I recently came out of jail and I want to share my experience with you. And what kind of jail was that? It was the YouTube jail. Yes, they shadow banned me, demonetized me, censored me. So now I am back. They put me in jail for a little while so I could learn my lesson. They deem my content as sexually explicit and for sexual gratification. So basically, porn. And I was stripped of my ability to monetize, and basically they hid my content so nobody was finding it. Now I'm back and I'm hoping to come back from the shadows and do my thing again. So stay with me and I will tell you all about it and everything that I'm doing and that I intend to do moving forward. Hi, I am Dr. Tanji, the sex doctor, board certified clinical sexologist, and on a mission to destigmatize sex by unapologetically talking about all matters of human sexuality. Welcome to my channel. If you want to have objective, straightforward, honest conversations about sexual health, stay with me and subscribe. Your subscription helps me tremendously. It does not cost you a dime, shows appreciation for my work, and sends a loud message that you want more content like the one I produce for you for free. Share this content, like, comment. Your engagement also helps. So take a moment to find that subscribe button right now and click on it. Thanks. I have been on YouTube for a lot of years before it became popular and when it was just videos of puppies and kittens. My topic has always been sexual health, and throughout the years, I have found even more resistance to my field than I had ever anticipated. What happened to me with YouTube, which has happened with Facebook and Instagram, by the way, underscores how in 2025, sex continues to be a taboo topic all over the world, and the resistance to treating this topic with the openness it deserves is relentless. I am an educated, credentialed, board certified clinician practicing in the field of sexual health, and still I get this resistance. The reluctance to talk about sex is personal and permeates all areas of society, unfortunately. Many societies were built on purity culture, patriarchal norms, and religious doctrine that frame sex as private, bad, sinful, or shameful, especially outside of heterosexual, married, reproductive contexts, and pleasure, particularly sexual pleasure for women, LGBTQ plus people, or people with disabilities, is often ignored or stigmatized or vilified or denied altogether. And then we have social media platforms that often conflate sex education, such as my content, with pornography, applying vague or overly strict community guidelines that lead to censorship. It drives me off the wall that terms like vulva, vagina, orgasm, or sex often get flagged, shadow banned, or demonetized, even when used in educational or clinical contexts. And it does not help that most people grow up without accurate, affirming sex education at home or in schools. And as adults, they're left with shame, misinformation, or silence when it comes to sexual matters. Without a foundation for open discussion, society defaults to avoidance, punishment, censorship, or stigma. People, when we can't talk about sex openly and honestly, we can't talk about consent, trauma, pleasure, gender, intimacy and relationships, or health. Silence breeds shame, and shame keeps people sick, frustrated, sad, dissatisfied, isolated, and disconnected from their bodies, from their relationships, from their health, and their sense of humanity. Sex is a human experience through which we all got here. Sex is the base of our needs, at the core of our existence. So if we break the silence, whether as a practitioner, educator, or advocate, we are not just talking about sex. We're reclaiming humanity. If I could give you a gift, it would be the gift of being sexually free, ethically, and informed. Ethical sexual freedom is revolutionary. It's not about doing whatever you want. It's about knowing yourself deeply, choosing with clarity, and honoring the boundaries of others as sacred. It is the freedom to explore your erotic desires without shame, to express your body without apology, to love, touch, feel, and play without harm. True sexual freedom is not chaos. It is consent, communication, and compassion in motion. It is the radical belief that pleasure can be purposeful, that healing can be hot, holy, and wholly yours. You are allowed to want more. You are allowed to be sexually free. You are worthy of sexual joy that is mutual, mindful, and meaningful. And it all starts with empowering ourselves with the information to make informed decisions, being open minded to allow curiosity, intention, and creativity fuel our desire, and not being afraid of owning and living our own definition of sexuality in a way in which uplifts you and I. As always, I wish you safe, healthy, and pleasurable sex of whatever kind you practice. This is Dr. Tanji, the Sex Doctor, and I'll see you next time.